Reese Witherspoon is in this movie. Reese Witherspoon is a white person. Okay.
Oh
Are you
my
implying
god.
that African American women cannot be queens and they can only or they can only be queens when other white people are present? Jesus Christ.
Let let black people find their own inner queen.
Yeah, oh my god. This movie is so racist.
Are you getting a ringing text call there?
My
Or
home phone is
phone?
being delayed.
Phone?
My neighbor is calling me. I don't know why, but
That's a little weird.
whatever. It's probably from my mom.
Tell the neighbors, fuck off already, okay?
No,
Anyway,
so,
I'm sure your
like, it
neighbor are
makes-
very nice people.
Yeah, they're friends, so that's probably why.
T'Challa.
What the hell is going on, bro? Why?
All right, so this is our
Also, why did Oprah do this?
it's our movie box
For the
office.
cash, that's why.
That's a good point. That's a good point. But apparently, Ava DuVernay, they stumbled at the box office. So T'Challa still rules in the box office 4 weeks in, even with the fresh rivalry of another Disney Studios release in A Wrinkle in Time. Black Panther took the number one spot at the North American box office with 41.1 million, according to studio estimates on Sunday, leaving a newcomer in its wake. The Marvel and Disney phenomenon crossed the $1 billion mark this weekend, becoming the seventh highest grossing domestic release with 562 million. It's now past The Dark Knight, not accounting for inflation. With the marketplace still dominated.
What? That's ridiculous. I'm sorry. I haven't seen Black Panther, but from what I can tell from reviews and like personal anecdotes, Black Panther's as good as Dark Knight. Dark Knight is an amazing movie.
I personally haven't seen Dark Knight, but I have seen Black Panther.
What? How have you not seen Dark Knight? You have to watch Dark Knight.
My
You're
history
yourself
in movies is bad. I will admit that. I have very bad history in movies. Because we always watch, as like when we're with the family, we watch movies that were released in like 1990s. It's really weird because like we watch like movies that like my parents like loved. But
Like what?
like one of them we saw was like we saw one in like
Die Hard?
like during the car.
I heard it's 80s, but
In the car there was like we like do like long trips and like we put on like My Cousin Vinny and like this like 12 Angry Men.
My Cousin Vinny was the
That's a good
first
movie though.
movie I ever watched.
What?
My Cousin Vinny was the first R-rated movie I ever watched. I'll always remember that.
That was a pretty good movie though. That was very fun. I love personally I love doing like an Italian accent just like the one they have there. It's like
Yeah.
I'll read this like next paragraph though. It's like in the god.
Wait, Jumanji is still in theaters? What?
Oh my god. Get out already. Get out. Get
Jumanji
out.
needs to die.
Get out. Yeah, so
It was released a while ago.
Yeah,
Jeez, I didn't realize how long ago.
I saw that like in
What the shit? Okay, it's silently made $1 billion. What the hell?
whoa. Yeah, that just crossed it crossed 4 weeks in. I mean, Black
made
Panther kind of
900
crushed it, but
Jumanji?
yeah.
No, it didn't. Jumanji's been out since December, and it's made $900 million.
Oh, it's Black Panther already has made 562 million, which is interesting. But yeah,
Whatever.
it's just like when you have two films at the top of the box office, it's a win all around, says Disney executive Hollis. We're feeling good about this start. We're feeling good about what for us is a little family competition between now and the Easter holiday. So yeah, they got some. They're dominating the movies right now. It's a monopoly. Break up the big movie studios. We should get Bernie Sanders on that. And so yeah, they got Black Panther, Ava DuVernay, and her A Wrinkle in Time. A lot of people are kind of comparing it to Tomorrowland, but
I remember Tomorrowland. I didn't watch it. Did Tomorrowland get good reviews? I don't remember.
what?
It
What
was the one
does-
with George Clooney, right?
Which Tomorrowland? Oh yeah, that was like 2015, and it's being compared to that. This Wrinkle in Time. It notably
Tomorrowland
cost
made
twice
$200
as
million,
much though.
but it cost like 190 to make, so they only
Exactly.
made $10 million.
Yeah, but Tomorrowland cost twice as much to make as Wrinkle in Time, so it's maybe better for them. Under budget, ahead of schedule. That's what you want. Hollis says they that he doesn't think the studio would have done anything differently regarding Wrinkles release. That's a little weird way to call it. Had they known the scope and longevity of the Black Panther's prospects, because like I don't know, to me, I gotta be honest, the Black Panther kind of felt like it was all the same. Like it was pretty much the same Marvel movie, basically. Nothing was like really bugging me about it, except for the fact that it was. I mean, nothing really bugged me about it, but just it was more kind of culturally diverse, had more black people in it. To be honest, I just didn't feel like it was anything that special.
You mean it felt like the cultural diversity was like so forced that it kind of fucked the movie?
I wouldn't say it was forced, but like people are like, oh, it was an out of body experience, but I didn't think it was that out of body experience.
No, because he was supposed to be like black. He was supposed to be like African. And everyone was making such a big deal. Like it wasn't supposed to be a cultural stand against the oppressive whites. It's just a movie.
I don't think it was that.
Jesus
I don't think it was that. I thought it was like. I guess it's probably because like I like just seeing like white people on the screen all the time wasn't a big deal for me to see a black person on the screen, but maybe if you're like a black person who's like growing up like watching Superman, Iron Man, whatever, Captain America, and they see like a King T'Challa, they're like, that's pretty cool. Like I kind of get where that's coming from, but for me personally, it wasn't that big of a shocker. I guess just my white privilege. So I'm sorry about that.
Facts.
I'll bring myself in the conversation.
Even though white privilege isn't even real, but sure.
White, I feel like, yeah, but that's kind of a discussion for like another time. But anyway, yeah. So Black Panther in the books, A Wrinkle in Time. I think it's gonna make a comeback. Now we move to our final story of the day. Netflix's newest showrunner. Guess who it is? Who has the newest Netflix show?
Obama.
Did you?
You got a show.
That's right. That's actually right. After scooping up Shonda Rhimes and Ryan Murphy, two of the biggest powerhouse television producers in the industry, as well as other
Shonda Rhimes, like Scandal Shonda Rhimes.
That Shonda Rhimes.
Jesus Christ.
My queen, Shonda Rhimes. She's my queen.
This movie is gonna be incredible.
What are they even doing? I don't get it. Ooh,
I don't really get it either.
It's my sports.
What's so interesting about I mean, I guess it's interesting.
Jake Arrieta. Wait. Breaking news here. Jake Arrieta is going to the Phillies. That's pretty. Daniel Phillips.
What is?
Daniel Phillips. Jake Arrieta is going to the Phillies. Daniel Phillips is going to freak out about that. But anyway, yeah, that could actually be interesting for them.
If they, I guess his story, Obama's story is kind of interesting.
I guess they'll be good eventually. But I don't know.
Because first
is it about
American
that?
President. Like, what's so interesting besides that?
Apparently, this is what it's going to be about. So, apparently, on Thursday night, the New York Times reported that Barack Obama and Michelle Obama are in advanced negotiations to produce a series of shows for Netflix. The exact nature of Obama's involvement with Netflix is still up in the air. Barack could moderate conversations on topics that mattered to him during his presidency. Things like healthcare, foreign policy, or climate change, for example.
The like document.
Or maybe like TV shows, like political shows. Like while Michelle could focus on nutrition-adjacent programming in line with health initiatives as her first lady. I hope she doesn't do any health shows. That'd be a little dumb.
Obama's a bitch. She doesn't stand up to the.
Does she actually care about what kids eat in the country? Like,
she does, but the food industry doesn't let her say what she wants to because she was the first lady, and the FDA was fucking up her ass.
Were they actually? I didn't know that, but like, I don't know. I do not. I'm a little. That's a little weird. But imagine if they make if they make a cameo in Stranger Things, that'd be pretty cool.
You know what? But you know what it was before Let's Move?
What?
It was Eat Right, but she had to change it because like the food industry would they wouldn't let her make it like that.
Huh.
Because it would mean that they'd stop buying the bad food.
Okay. But like
so they blamed it on exercise when it's really not about exercise, it's about what you eat.
The funniest thing I've ever heard about Obama and her like food program thing was her and Chris Christie. Chris Christie made a speech when he was like running for president in like 2012. It was like, I don't want my diet to be policed by Michelle Obama.
Yes, we know that you don't want your diet to be policed at all, Chris Christie.
You've been doing a pretty good job of making sure it's not policed.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know no one wants to like be fat shaming anyone, but come on,
have
Chris,
that mandatory box of
have
donuts
some self-awareness here, bud, because like that's kind of something you can walk into. But if they do a cameo on Stranger Things, that'd be interesting. Yeah, Netflix. This is a big win on all fronts. Barack Obama pretty well liked. It'll be more subscribers. Hulu has the prestige of winning the first outstanding drama series Emmy with a streamer for The Handmaid's Tale. Amazon recently canceled a lot of its new shows, including I Love Dick, One Mississippi, and seems all in on the Lord of the Rings television series.
What's I Love Dick?
Becoming its answer to Game of Thrones, but that doesn't seem like it'll work. But anyway, so Disney will be...
What?
That's actually a good question. Let me Google that.
I'm looking it up right now. It's a show
about
Texas.
It's set in a colorful academic community in Texas. The series follows a frustrated filmmaker named Chris and a writer, Sylvia, who are in a troubled marriage and their fascination with a charismatic professor named Dick. The story is adapted from Chris Krause's novel of the same name. Kevin Bacon plays a renowned macho scholar who infuriates Chris, but unleashes her artistic awakening. Ooh, that sounds a little fun. It's a feminist novel, though, so I don't know if you like it, Zach.
What's the title? What a title to catch the eyes.
That will like people who are people who are like 13-year-old boys and be like, hold on.
Damn, Sean.
Like, yeah, they're just gonna click on it because they think it'd be like porn or something.
Yeah, about to watch this fucking I Love Dick show.
Like, yeah, let's do it.
Let's go.
Anyway,
and then it's about feminism. I think it's a good place to wrap it up on I Love Dick.
Yep, I agree. I love this show. I thank you so much for listening to it. And go check out Newsflash tomorrow as we return on that. Thank you so much, Zach Schultz, for joining us today and sitting through our problems with the audio, even though they didn't really get any better. We hope you like the show, and we will see you next week. Everybody, hopefully.
Later.
See ya.